Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia, and welcome back to the final Group A match between Sleeping Phoenix and ShogunMet. With ShogunMet's win in the last match, he can now force a three-way tiebreaker with a win here against Sleeping Phoenix. So let's see if ShogunMet can make things interesting here. And taking a look at both sides' composition, we have Sleeping Phoenix in the green with his same composition from his three previous match, Dongzhuo with 2 Protector Heaven, Zhang Jiao with 6 Messenger of Heaven, and we have Zhang Bao with 1 Yaoguai Hunter and 5 Redeemed Outlaws. We've seen this 3 times already, not too much to talk about. And then for ShogunMet, he is evolving as he is playing out his matches here in the tournament, as he has taken a little bit from each opponent, and now he's adding in Xu Chu and also trying out Dian Wei, as they have a very similar ability setup, even though Dian Wei's weapon is much weaker. And Zhang Jiao with 5 Messenger of Heaven here, Qingzhou unit across the board, 6 anti-cavalry Z users, and 5 infantry capable, sort of these assault infantry type, high evasion, good against infantry, and we'll see how this one plays out on the battlefield. And hopping in here, we see another thing that ShogunMet is trying. So he firsthand experienced Odin Wrath's deployment, where he kind of vanguard deployed and surrounded the enemy. He's doing something similar. It's not wise to divide up your generals, but when you put all your cavalry here, there is a good chance of you joining in the fight early on, and Zhang Jiao can be thrown into the enemy right away as he is not afraid of dying, giving these infantry kind of a close gap, because if the enemy have range, obviously coming in from the side at a closer distance than crossing this entire forest might be better. They avoid all the potential fire damage, which could activate their misplaced devotion early for the Qingzhou unit. He does not know the enemy doesn't have fire before the game, so that's definitely an interesting tactic here. And we'll see how this one actually plays out. I'm going to stay in tactical for a little bit until the action moves. They're looking for them, but they're going to show up on the sides. The cavalry's going to spread across. The poison shots are really bad against cavalry, so this is actually not going to work really well. The poison damage will tick, but it's sort of a per unit tick. And you can see, oh, it's actually missed. It didn't, oh, there we go, it hit. It's 22 damage over 15 seconds per retinue inside. So with 75k health spread across 60 units, it's actually not going to do that much. Ooh, we have a very, very aggressive call. They're just collapsing on this front right away. Very decisive. So I think ShogunMet gets this clean charge off. And it's going to be 4 cavalry versus 3 with Xu Chu and Dian Wei joining the fight. Zhang Jiao sitting behind. That's a mistake. Zhang Jiao should always be fighting. This is just trying to contain the poison unit, which I think is fine as well. A boost for the evasion of the units. The answer here by Sleeping Phoenix. But the infantry is going to pile in. These Qingzhou halberds are going to do a number of these cavalry. You can see the charge difference. Getting a clean charge off is massive. There's not a lot of damage ability on these 2 generals. Xu Chu could use one, but it would cost health. Dian Wei is more supportive in this case. The generals are here. Let's see if we get any dismounts. It's a cavalry onslaught, but the infantry's here, so if they fight within the infantry, it's not going to be too bad for ShogunMet here. Are we going to get a Psycho Charge command? Maybe cut off some of the infantry, because the cavalry is kind of being pulled back here on both sides. Maybe cut off some of these Redeemed Outlaws, which are pretty vulnerable. The Qingzhou Spear units, or actually there's Z units, are going after the enemy cavalry. It's going to be hard to catch. Let's see if we can get the Assault Infantry in here. The Redeemed Outlaws are going to get a charge, and that's going to work really well. Protector Heaven not really activated. Still trying to micro the Yaoguai Hunter. I think that's a little bit too little too late now, with the units already colliding. And these Redeemed Outlaws getting picked off from behind. A lot of damage going down. Dian Wei coming in. Now both of these generals want to lose a lot of health. Zhang Jiao as well. I don't know why Zhang Jiao is sitting things out. I don't think any of the Zhang Jiao players we've seen so far have used it kind of to the maximum, where you just throw him into the enemy. Dragging them back. These are clearly all hotkey together, or at least being commanded together to chase after the answer charge while they're trying to chase the general. That is good. And you have a flank by the Qingzhou unit as well. They're trapped inside all these spears trying to chase the general. If we can close, like, one of these 2 units just turn around, you could totally trap all these cavalry in here. But they missed that chance. This clump is not good. The micro for the infantry should be more spread out. But things look really good. for ShogunMet at this point. The general versus general fight has not happened, but the infantry is cleaning house and the cavalry advantage is pretty clear. As Sleeping Phoenix's Messenger Heaven's having a hard time trying to find a target. Tinro, however, is not the greatest target. You kind of activate their misplaced devotion here. If you do get them to... Oh, they have it on cooldown. Never mind. Oh, trying to get a counter here. Dan Wei with the commander skills. Temporary unbreakable. Now let's see if we have any dismounting here. Yes, we do, but running away after forcing a dismount. Now you can swarm them with infantry. That is excellent. Dismounting has risk, especially when you're inside enemies. Now they can't leave. Dan Wei is dismounted to take advantage of his weapon and trying to get in there to fight 3v1 is kind of risky. Smash abilities. Dan Wei is dismounted, but Xu Chu is not. 1v2 with a bunch of units here. They're still trying to go after Xu Chu. I think what Xu Chu is trying to do is trying to provide the damage resistance at this point and not getting himself in combat. That's why he's staying mounted, but now he's dismounting. And now we're just breaking out into a fight. I don't know why Zhang Jiao is not here for ShogunMet. I don't know why he's just sitting his Zhang Jiao to the side. That is a huge mistake. But perhaps if he can activate Xu Chu's ability here, could we see... Oh, he's not low enough. He needs to be about 12k. The only advantage he has is fighting inside his own infantry, and they can maybe do a number here. Xu Chu needs to get chunk a little bit faster and not route. Activate the ability. There's a decent amount of return damage. Oh, activate? Activate? We just see it activate. There we go. That's the sound when I hear. Now we have insane damage. If he can use that damage right here, I think Zhang Bao died to that damage because he was very full health and then he wasn't. It's literally one hit, 27k damage. There's a small window before you kind of route, you activate it. Zhang Jiao's just not going to die early enough. Seems like a lot of these units are going to go down before then, because he's going to get invincibility. That gives unbreakable. Keep the unit in here, extending the Qingzhou unit. If this unit here dies, there's not much value to Zhang Jiao's death at all. There's just not enough things alive. Pesky little archer right here. Maybe this cavalry can be pulled out and try to do a bit more damage. There's only 8 units left, so not much that can happen there, but they're not great in melee as well. Ooh, leaving him alone to kill off the unit first, that is very smart, because you don't want to give him a minute of invincibility. As long as you route this unit. Yep, and now you kill Zhang Jiao, and it's pretty much free. They should kill Zhang Jiao right here, and it's a win. What are they doing? Why are they chasing the router unit? Oh, they're coming back. They're coming back. Zhang Jiao found his horse. He dismounted very early, but he somehow found his horse, and he's trying to pull away. So for reference here, this is where things get really important as we were talking about time. This is about 7 or 8 minutes in. If Zhang Jiao did not run away, why are they not chasing him? Why are they focusing on this unit? Wait, where are they going? If Zhang Jiao died there, I think ShogunMet advances. Now we're running into the clock problem, because it clearly looks like ShogunMet's going to win the match, but looking at the replay time, this is not going to look pretty. So Zhang Jiao been sitting here this whole time, not doing anything, chasing down a single unit there. One thing to note, none of the players know the record of other players, and none of the players know the time of other players. So no one knows exactly where they're standing in terms of time. So for Sleeping Phoenix, he does not know that he's potentially in a tie with ShogunMet after ShogunMet wins the match. And he knows he beat Will Be Deed, and he knows he's going to be 3-1 after this. So extending this game right now by sitting in the forest and being invisible does not benefit him at all because it's time of victory. So, oh, oh, that was so close. Oh, no way. But the unit's gonna come through, right? That should see it. That should see it. Okay, it should be over. Or how? He should be in vision right now. Like that peeks out right there. Where are they going? Yeah, okay. What? He can't cross the river and stay invisible. He has to be here. This is just a tragedy. Like I was saying, for Sleeping Phoenix, it does not benefit him at all to drag this out because his time is going to be based on his 3 wins and not his loss. For ShogunMet, however, this match is very important that he finishes it fast because not only does he lose the chance of them being in a tiebreak winner for Group A, as he's not going to win now, given the time, he's also not going to win the tiebreak to get into the round of 8 because you need to be the top 3 time, essentially, with a 3-1 record. And now this is dragging out way too long. The fire burned because of the Qingzhou unit have unruly, which means they burned down buildings, and the town was being burned, so they actually lost 10 morale when they walked by a nearby fire. There's also a lot of misplays, like not killing him when he had the chance. I think that was about 7-8 minutes into the match, and he probably would have gotten first in the group if he just killed Zhang Jiao right there. The chase on the Yao Hunter was a bad move. The chase on the Protector of Heaven was a good move because you don't want to give him 1 minute of invincibility. But once that was routed, just kill Zhang Jiao. Oh, now that he found them. He found them. Yeah, this is just a little sad, but this took too long. Xu Chu got a pop of his times 10 damage, which was nice to see. I think that's literally how Zhang Bao died. Because we heard the active, and then next second, Zhang Bao's gone. Is Dian Wei not on a horse? He is not, but there are 2 Messenger of Heaven left. Not many of them, but enough to kill him. There's only about 4k health left. And the other problem for ShogunMet is he never used his Zhang Jiao. Zhang Jiao did nothing this entire match. He's the one who wants to die and activate his passive, Lord of Heaven, and he just puts him out there like he doesn't do anything. Which, you know, doesn't make any sense. And then missing him once on the first sweep, and then following him, and then letting him go again. It's just a bit of a tragedy. Zhang Jiao trying to fight back a little, getting chased down by his own unique unit. He's very fresh. Oh, we got killed. And that ability active, you can see. Well, not much to say. The match was very well fought with the unit deployment cutting it short. Misplaced by, not misplaced, but just the focus on the Yao Hunter by Sleeping Phoenix. I think that's one of his favorite units, or at least from how he's playing it. And then just having his cavalry divided on both flank, getting one side kind of swarmed together in finally sort of a fair matchup of Messenger of Heaven versus Messenger of Heaven. And then the infantry supplementing that attack. I think we see a lot of growth from ShogunMet as a player through these 4 games. And that results in his win here. But unfortunately, if we look at that time, 28:03. Wow. That's not going to cut it. That's probably the longest game we have so far by far. And it's not going to look good for the tiebreaker in Group A. And also not going to bode well for his potential tiebreaker with the other groups with a 3-1 record. So, looking at our time and our rankings, things are going to sort of hold for Sleeping Phoenix with his 22-minute-ish victory time between his 3 wins, which makes him the group winner here, beating out Will Be Deed with 26 minutes, which is a pretty good number if we compare to ShogunMet's number, as the 2 of them will be joining all the other runner-ups from the other groups with 3-1 records and see which top 3 record will make it to the top 8 with our 5 group winners. So that wraps things up for round A. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We're coming back tomorrow with Group B play, as we'll have the first 5 games. For those curious, here are the schedule. Now, Group A was filled with newcomers, and Group B as well. These matches are very surprising. Sometimes these newcomers can be very practiced, like in the case of Sleeping Phoenix, with one very rounded comp that's been practiced many times and played over 4 matches, versus, potential newcomers who are still finding their way, such as Electric Experience and ShogunMet and Odin's Wrath. And we'll see how Group B plays out. So until then, bye!